Hello again. This is Margaret Kimberley with a short reading from my book, Prejudential, Black America and the Presidents. You can see where to buy the book if you just look below the video, and you can see how you can have the book yourself, which obviously you should do. Uh, we are at chapter 11, James Polk, 11th President of the United States from 1845 to 1849. The term manifest destiny came into being when Polk was in office. The idea that the U.S. has a duty, a responsibility to expand across the country. And this concept came into being during the effort to secure Texas annexation and statehood. Slavery, of course, was the focus of debate in Texas in 1845. Every time a new state came in, there was a question: would it be free soil? Would it allow slavery? Polk was a slaveholder. He was raised in North Carolina and Tennessee. He inherited human beings, enslaved people from his father and his grandfather. He had plantations in Tennessee and in Mississippi. When he was a member of the House, he was a supporter of the gag rule, which prevented any debate on the issue of slavery from taking place in Congress. He was president during the war with Mexico, when Mexico lost a little more than half of its territory. The western state, what's now California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and even parts of Wyoming and Colorado came into the Union after that war. He wanted to expand the country's slaveholding. So, of course, he was in favor of expanding the country. He always hid his involvement in the slave trade himself. He wrote a letter to his brother-in-law saying, it shouldn't be made public that you're making purchases for me, purchases of human beings, that is to say. The Free Soil people, this is an interesting footnote, did not want Texas to be in the Union. There was a congressman named David Wilmot of Pennsylvania who sponsored what became known as the Wilmot Proviso, which would have prevented the expansion of slavery into any territory acquired from that war. But Wilmot is interesting. Many people were anti-slavery, but they were not less racist. He said he had no morbid sympathy for the slave. He favored snatching Mexican land, but only, quote, where the sons of toil of my own race and color can live without the disgrace which is associated with Negro slavery, bringing upon free labor, unquote. Polk went on with there were always compromises with the slaveocracy, and he suggested that the line of demarcation extend westward, which would have allowed slaveholding in these new territories in Southern California, New Mexico, and Arizona. But the compromise failed, the Wilmot Proviso failed, and none of these new states acquired in the Mexican War allowed slavery. But having been defeated, the slaveocracy the following year after Polk left office secured the passage of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which was a victory for the slaveocracy, but which moved the country closer to war. And that is our reading on James Polk. Please, I will keep reading chapter by chapter. As always, look below the video for information on how to buy the book, Prejudential, Black America and the Presidents. Thanks so much. I will see you again soon.